Tell them about Tucker and the poop and everything.
Well, they have a poop pill. The poop pill. It's a new pill out. The FDA just approved. It's to help you go poop.
So
Supposedly has live um, microbes that help you with your digestive system, your digestive tract. Is it good? I don't know, man. It just sounds gross, doesn't it? Taking a pill of poop, somebody else's poop.
right,
You're now eating
shit,
poop. They've
you shit.
got you eating poop.
Right. Well, it's not too far from what AOC wanted to do in the green bill. She wanted us to urinate in the jar, leave it out in the sun, so we can make our coffee the next day. So they're
Our
making,
coffee?
yes, it was in the green bill. I remember reading that. I went through parts of it.
She's a fucking idiot. The girl is stupid.
The same woman that doesn't know what a garbage disposal is.
Yeah, I've never
AOC,
seen
I was
one.
born
I
in
don't know
New
what it
York too,
does.
and I
God,
still knew what a garbage disposal was.
it's embarrassing, man. Come on, man. How can you be so embarrassing, man?
What did you say about Kamala?
Kamala, oh, there was a poll on DML News asking if Kamala Harris was running for president. I said no. I don't think that's not what they don't like Kamala Harris. So I think
I don't even
it's
know who she
Joe
is.
Biden is expected to carry out a full second term. That's what they're thinking they're going to do,
No,
but it ain't going to happen.
no, not gonna
We
happen.
need we need a majority in the Senate and we need a majority in the House. We need a majority. Because if they try to put Joe Biden in, then we can fucking have him impeached.
Yeah, huh. Forget about that.
Well, if it's the old Republicans, they won't impeach him because they love their Joe Biden. Joe Biden has helped everybody in Congress steal money from the people of the United States.
And there you have it, folks.
Mm-hmm.
That's about right.
Joe
That was
Biden is the one that taught everybody how to steal money.
what was the thing about Tucker now?
Mr. Tucker, they have a new person going to step into Tucker Carlson's slot. It's a black guy. He's conservative. Should everybody watch it? No, you should not. You should absolutely not watch it. How can you totally believe a news station that is getting rid of conservatives and saying they're putting another conservative in that spot? How can you believe that?
Yeah.
How in God's green creation can you believe that? You're a fucking retard if you think that's true. I'm sorry, but I think the black guy might be a liberal.
That's the point. Okay, so they're putting in the token to replace Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
But what are they putting in? You know,
Yeah.
what garbage are
What are
they?
they putting in?
There's a reason they got rid of Tucker. There's a reason they got rid of Don Lemon at the same time.
Yeah, there is. They're trying. They think. I wholeheartedly believe that they need to save their face somehow, and they believe that instead of going on TV and saying, "Hey, look, man, we fucked up. Okay, we followed the liberal agenda and we shouldn't have. We're sorry. We're not going to do it anymore. We're not going to do that anymore," and then stop following the liberal agenda. But I don't think that's what their plan is. I think they want to try to manipulate us further and try to steal stuff, and try to steal our thoughts or our time. That's what they do. They steal our time.
Well,
The news
okay,
steals
so
our time. Mm-hmm.
I am
Right.
positive that Trump has all our money. I am absolutely 100% positive Trump has control of.
Well, he's confident about something. I will say that. I
The
just don't.
reason why, though, Joe, is because they are so adamant about getting money from every little place. And
Well, right now they are. I mean, they're doing. Everybody says that Trump's in charge. Trump's doing this. They're doing that. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're dead. These people are dead. These people are. It's just not happening. We're winning. But you know what? I don't see any signs of winning. All I see is more and more signs of decline. That's all I
uh,
see. I mean, it's wretched.
look, you got all these train derailments. I've been saying since day one,
Yeah.
okay, 40% of DC, the 10
Excuse
mile DC
me.
area
Hmm.
is 40% is owned by China. That means that they own the fucking railways. And that's why we're seeing so many collisions. Now, either they're collecting money. I mean, there's a ton. There's like one a week now. We've never seen
They're
this before, like all
destroying.
over the world. So either
They're
they're
being allowed to
collecting money to
destroy
fix the
us.
trains and they're laundering it.
Hmm.
What did you tell me? Because I didn't watch Trump's speech. Sorry, Trump. I'll watch it later. But you said that Trump said that it would
He's
take
got a
like
plan.
what we've been given the Ukraine to actually cure this country of all its problems.
Um,
You said something to that
hmm,
effect.
I didn't hear that. Um, he did say something. He did say something about Ukraine in that we're given as much money as we've given Ukraine,
To
as much money
America.
as we've given Ukraine, we could have fixed our country and our homeless population
That was
with
it.
a quarter of what we gave Ukraine.
That was it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And also they also told that they're not telling us the level of destruction that Russia is doing upon Ukraine. Ukraine is dying. Ukraine is pretty much a dead country. We're not going to be in control of that. Russia will take Ukraine.
I don't agree with you on that, but I don't want to get into it right now.
You know,
The Ukraine has been abused and used since it became an independent country in 1990. They've
yep.
had 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
Because our
30.
politicians stepped into that country and started treating those people like shit and showing them how to fucking steal money from the people. That's what I believe. It was Joe Biden that did all that shit. You look at that guy, just look at it, and you know what? Go back and look at some of the old videos of him talking. If you hear this guy talking, I mean, I don't see how people can't see and understand it. This guy was a shyster. He's never been a politician. He's always been a shyster. And
Who
now he's a stupid shyster. Joe
the
Biden.
the only people that actually believe in Joe Biden are the WASPs, the libtards, and the people that put him there.
Right.
The WASPs don't know any better. WASPs.
Well,
WASPs.
there's a lot of liberals that don't know any better either, because there's a lot of liberals that believe in that guy here.
I think they've been brainwashed, but I think I would imagine like 70 to 75%, if not more, are MAGA, or at least the
I don't
old-fashioned
know.
Democrats like Robert Kennedy, who believes in freedom of speech, the Second Amendment, and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a different type of, but some of the Democrats from that time got confused. Like if they're in their 70s and 80s at this point, they still believe in democracy, but they don't realize what the hell is going on. They don't understand that it's not democracy anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Who came in and left? Did you
I
see?
don't know.
I heard somebody come in.
No, I do too.
Sorry. We just decided to do a live because of that. Tucker, Kamala, the poopy pill. Was
Yeah,
there something else?
no, that was just those three things. it was just, they're just, really, man, people? Come on, man.
What else
This
did
is
Trump say in his
insane,
speech?
man. Oh, he's got a plan to fix the country. He's the
Oh,
only one that's got a plan.
somebody's in.
Yeah.
Who came in?
I don't
And they
know.
left. Who was it?
I don't know.
You can't see?
No, I can't say. Yeah, I only got two screens. You know,
I'm
I
listening to music.
yeah, I couldn't see. I didn't see who it was. I guess whoever it is, they're having a problem getting in. It might be Patch.
Or they see us recording and they don't want to be a part of it.
No, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would do that. I don't
I
know.
think it's just they're having a problem getting in because we all have problems with Zoom. All of a sudden, everybody's having problems with Zoom.
The
You know, I
computers
mean,
are absolutely on our side now. There has been no jail, no
yeah, I haven't been put in Facebook jail, and
restrictions.
I've been saying these fucking people are stupid. They need to cut this crap out. They need to cut it out. It's already done. We have free speech in this country, and they tried to quash our free speech. That's a violation of the Constitution. You don't get to work in Congress anymore if you violate the Constitution, I think. And they violated. So
Well said.
there wasn't only Democrats involved in that. There were Republicans involved in that also, because they shut our country down. You know,
Yeah.
and that
Well,
was
there's
said that they
rhinos.
would never do that again in 1920 or something like that. They would never do that again. They did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a major restructuring of our government. And the
I'm listening.
corporation needs to lose its vote.
Yes.
That's one of the first things that need that, and the sex slush fund needs to go away.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. How fucking ridiculous to have a fucking sex slush fund.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how the rest of Congress let that go through.
Because they were all using it.
Not all of them. There has to be
Not
at
all
least
of them.
five or
No,
ten
you're right,
percent.
Carolyn. Not all of them were using it, but a majority of them were using it, and then obviously the majority ruled in favor of it. But here's what gets me about that law, and everybody else, and some of those ones that said I would never use that sex slush fund. They did not alert the people that they had it, and
Because
that's bothersome.
that's
It's
how
the
they get
same
away
thing
with
with
it.
everything.
Joe, they have, oh, Republicans, you get this and we'll get this.
I know.
And there's like 2,000, 3,000 pages of stupid fucking ass bills that we do not need, laws we do
Yep.
not need.
Yep. Exactly. That's what I'm
People
saying.
forget the simplest is usually the best.
Mhm.
The simpler, the better. It's that's why the Constitution is just so damn important.
They have fucked up everything so bad. Damn.
And it was
They have
a
fucked everything so bad that it takes so long to pass bills and talk about things when it didn't used to be this way. And
gold.
they make way too fucking much money for the amount of work they do.
They gave themselves raises
Now I know they those raises, every raise that they get should be denoted by we the people, not by them.
they obviously put themselves in the best place and thought we'd never figure it out.
Of course they did. And I bet you any amount of money they voted for that behind closed doors.
Yes, which can happen because they have legality on
Since when has it been legal that they can vote for shit against our will behind closed doors when they're supposed to be representing us? They're supposed to have uh trans what is that where you can see right through
Transparency.
transparency? Yeah, they're supposed to have major transparency. That's not transparency.
No, that's exactly why Trump started with Twitter in the first place.
These people are doing so much shit behind our back. They've done so much shit behind our back. They've changed the Constitution behind our back. They've
Hmm.
voted themselves gods
That's
behind
more.
our back.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you get it. Like, that's such a
I
great
just don't know
story.
if it's going to be fixed or not. That's my problem. There's enough people that know about it. I do know that. I believe that. We're not the only ones. I know that. We're not the only big ones that know that. I hope we can save it in time.
Yeah.
But the only way to save it is those people have to go to jail. And some of them have to hang.
All right. So conspiracy. Whoa. Henry Winkler aged.
Yeah, he's old.
Um. Damn it! I lost my train of thought. We don't need Congress anymore. We don't need the whole idea of the Constitution was uh, for the power of presidency. It's just the only vote. The only reason we created Congress is because people couldn't get, we had to have one person for the whole town to go to the meeting, wherever that meeting was held. Now we don't need that. I'm zooming with you talking about it right now. Why do we need Congress? Why do we need to pay anybody to make decisions for us?
There is something to that. And I can agree with that. In
We should make our own laws. We should not laws. Well,
I
they will
don't
be laws because we have new technologies. But all the amendments after like the 10th or 11th, absolutely redundant, make no sense. I mean, like, why do you have yeah, I'm listening to music. Shush. Why do you have like um emancipation when everybody is protected under the Constitution, no matter what race, creed, or religion you are?
see, and here's the problem that I keep seeing over and over in my mind, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if anybody else knows how to fix it. I don't know if anybody would even try to have, because people in the long run tend to corrupt every fucking thing they do. Anything and everything man touches, he corrupts.
That I don't believe. I believe certain men corrupted and still is trying to corrupt. They're
For
really trying to get money every
but
which way
every
possible.
organization we have on this planet right now is has some form of corruption.
Oh yeah, every single
There you go.
lettered organization. It was so funny how Koch brought up the SS, Nazis, Social Security, um, Soros, Mossad, ISIS. They all have the double S's. There's a lot of them too. There's more. I'm just not thinking. But there's QAnon. Q said their symbolism will be their downfall, and I do believe there's a lot of symbolism there. There's a lot. There's a lot, and
I believe there's symbolism. I do believe there is.
there's a lot, Joe. I mean,
I know.
the pizza, a slice of
Goes
pizza is a little boy.
it
A
goes
little
to
boy.
show you, Carolyn, the level of corruption and how it has infiltrated all the way down the line into
Yeah.
everything
Wait, so
because because of the laws that they've made because Congress has become so fucking corrupt. It is just, they have bled corruption into all aspects of our life.
Congress has always been corrupt. That's why Lincoln,
But it was never allowed to be as corrupt as it is now.
they got more
Obama did
control.
that.
They just kept getting
Oh
more and
no,
more control.
Obama is the one that made it as corrupt as it is now. It
No,
was never as corrupt as it is now. And we were never as racist as we are now.
we're
Oh
not
God.
racist. We just think
We're,
we are.
the they're portraying us as racists.
Right.
And there's really not any racism going on.
No.
The Democrats really aren't racist, or liberals. They're not racist. Neither are the Republicans, the conservatives. They're not
No.
racist. Nobody's racist, yet each side is calling each other racist. Makes no sense to me. None whatsoever.
So they put opiates and they put all these drugs into the project areas. Now, most people in the projects happen to be Black.
Yep.
But this is not by chance. It was a plan.
Yeah, it's a design. It's
It's a
by
design.
design. I
Yes.
keep telling you that the only reason we have these drugs coming into our country is because of the United States government. You will never tell me no. It is it is their shipping lines, their ships that these drugs find their way on.
No
They
kidding.
protect, the CIA protects the poppy fields in Afghanistan.
Isn't
That's
that
where the heroin comes from.
that's gross? There's a lot of problems, but
They don't shut the border down. They've never shut the border down. They look at what happened when Trump wanted to close that border completely down. That closing that border the way Trump wanted to shuts off their drug supply.
a lot of it, not all of it, a lot of it.
It will shut a lot of it down. You're right. The rest of it will come on their shipping lines. I already told you that.
Hmm.
A lot of the pot back in the day, a lot of pot, the way it used to get here into the United States from Mexico was not through the Mexican border, believe it
Right.
or not.
I believe
It,
it.
it came in through San Francisco.
Right.
There was a guy, there was a guy in San Francisco who, I don't know, he started out real small and he figured out how to ship it into the San Francisco Bay and without a problem.
Rice-a-roni.
Yeah. And there was a shipping dock he had. I saw this story so freaking long ago. They did eventually catch him and put him in jail. But man, this guy for the longest time, man, the pot was just coming in through San Francisco and going from San Francisco straight across the country. And then off of the line, going straight across the country, it would bleed off into the rest of the country. And the farther it went, the more expensive it got.
I knew quite a few people that got from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. That's where it
I
would
was
come from. But that's how it would come. It would come right in through that San Francisco port. No matter what pot it was, it came right in through there. It didn't come from the southern border until later. Cocaine was coming through the southern border, and every once in a while, you would find a few pounds would come through the southern border. Not like now.
right.
Now you have hardly any pot coming through the southern border. Mexican pot just I don't think is it's not selling very well. It's not even selling down here no more that I know of.
Right.
And you can always tell Mexican pot by it's got a lot of seeds and it comes in a brick form.
A lot of seeds. They don't do the work to get it out or something.
No, and it's in brick form.
I'm listening to my song, Sweet Carol. How very egotistical of me.
Yeah,
Sorry. I'm listening to you too, but I'm just
it's
in the mood.
okay. I don't have a problem. I was just saying.
I'm just listening.
Mm,
Like I said before, I was listening to Neil Diamond. Well, I was listening to Sweet Caroline now, but before I was listening to Coming to America. And as soon as he starts singing My Country 'Tis of Thee, everybody's whistling and standing. It's like, what
pull all
happened in
the
the last
pull
50
all the
years that
leftovers
people
out,
don't love
Diane.
this country? It's the cabal, the Satan.
Right. Pull all the leftovers and put them on the counter so I can go through them.
Honestly, I don't know what's left over.
If there's food in there in a bowl or on a plate, Darian, pull it out, please. Well, everything. I'm not being mean. I'm just asking you to do me a favor. I'll go through them and I'll get rid of that stuff. That's a lot of
I
leftovers.
want to mention, if anybody watches this, um, Mercedes still needs $2,400 to get her
For
daughter
Diane.
home from Puerto Rico. She has
I'm
not
gonna
seen
try to
her
give her some
daughter.
money. I'm gonna try, man. I'm really
Yeah,
gonna try.
I'm giving tonight. Uh, I know a few of us are
I don't have a lot,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna try.
$5.
me check this
It
out.
all adds up to her.
There's four of them.
I can't imagine having your daughter die in another country. Trump, I'm gonna try to write to you, Trump. I mean, I'm giving money too. We're all gonna give money, but it's not even the money. It's I'll tell you what happened. She went to Telemundo. Mercedes Samuel is her name.
Mm,
Her one son
No.
is older and acts younger. There's I don't want to go through that story of why, but
yeah,
then she lost her other son in 2018 from marijuana laced with fentanyl. I didn't even know that fentanyl in 2018 was a thing.
yeah.
And the daughter that now is deceased tried to do CPR and they could not bring him back to life. He was smoking marijuana, which is it was medically illegal at least. Nobody cares anyhow. Fentanyl is a totally different subject. So this poor kid dies of fentanyl from something that, like, I don't know, 50% of the world does. And then now her daughter went to Puerto Rico. Don't know what happened, was found dead in her room. The cops aren't helping her in Puerto Rico, which to me seems like it's an inside job.
All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some kind of sex trafficking gone wrong. That's why
Yeah, I
I
bet you that's
want
what
to
it
talk to
was.
Trump. Or, well, talk to Trump.
I
Just
bet you
message.
they raped her.
What? What did you say?
I bet they raped her first.
Well,
I
I don't think that
hope
she
not.
was able to pay for the full autopsy,
Oh,
or maybe she didn't. I don't know. But
no. It's just ridiculous. Well, I don't see why the government won't help her.
well,
Something's
this is what
wrong.
pissed me off. Okay, so she went to Telemundo. She went to Fox first. Fox had didn't answer her, didn't say boo. A few days later, Fox had a very similar story. The only difference is it was a black family. I'm sorry to say that. You know, their daughter counts just as much as Mercedes' daughter.
Exactly.
Why the hell? I mean, why not make a story out of it and see that maybe there's a ton of girls gone missing in Puerto Rico, which is probably
Hmm.
more to the point.
Maybe we can bust that ring.
That's why I'm gonna write to, I think Jerry said it was Trump office 45, or I mean, I'll look for it. I'll contact them. I'll try whatever because it's not even the money at this point. I think we'll be able to get her 2,400 in a couple of days, but the fact that all that happened She went to Fox. She went to Telemundo. Telemundo, man. What the hell's wrong with you? I don't. Fox, I understand they're losing their credibility altogether. She is in Florida, though. Fox in Florida? And just give what you can if you can. The other thing I wanted to mention was
Yeah,
DeSantis.
I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try.
I know it's not. It's not. I'm not telling you,
Look,
Joe. I'm
man, I
telling
feel
everybody
bad.
that's listening. DeSantis too. I realized that when I saw DeSantis at Cecil, that was the real DeSantis.
Oh,
People are gonna think me crazy. I don't care because he looked at me up and down and was so surprised that I was a QAnon. I wasn't QAnon, believe it, but I just had the shirt on.
mhm,
I'm not real. I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm a political science major, so fuck off. All right, I know my shit. But
right.
but it was the QAnon shirt and the way he looked at me. So that was really him.
Mm.
Now I don't think it's him. I don't think for the last 2 years. I don't think after when Biden got into office, I don't think it's been him. I have to go back and see. But I did notice that it doesn't look like him anymore. It does not look like the same man that I saw. So that he must have, in other words, Trump got rid of um, DeSantis a while back. So I was right and wrong, mostly wrong, but no, because I mean the way he looked at me, oh my god, like shock. Um, what else? Anything else?
No, I don't see anything else.
Uh,
Ooh, what's that?
I mentioned DC. I mentioned the trains. That's how they're getting money, folks. They're destroying their own trains so that
Mhm.
they could, take your tax money to put it towards the trains, but meanwhile it's just being laundered. It makes a lot of sense to me because, like I said, the trains are owned by DC.
Oregon passed a bill.
Oh, and Jerry Springer, huh?
Yeah, Jerry Springer died. Oregon passed a bill against semi-automatic. Uh, um,
And Washington.
hmm
Debbie Latimer said Washington too.
hmm
60 guns are now illegal.
20, and you got to be 21 to buy a gun. There's a 3-day waiting period
That doesn't even make
in
sense.
Colorado. This is in Colorado.
How does that even make sense? That you can join the army at 18, be in
Mhm.
ROTC before that, and then join the army at 18 and be able to have a weapon. I
They
said
think it's
screw them when they
they're
told me
trying
my
to fight.
numbers.
They're trying to decrease suicides, fight youth violence, and prevent future mass shootings. But it's them that are doing it. When they shut down the mental institutions, what did they expect?
That was
You
Reagan.
can't just give somebody a pill and say, you better take this pill every fucking day. If you don't, what's going to happen if you don't take the pill? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen to these people except for they're going to stop taking the pill. Then they're going to revert back to their craziness and they're going to go out and kill people. Hello.
Reagan did all that, man. He really closed down. And it's funny because today in Women Warriors, one of the new uh, groupies, groupies, one of the new warriors, she said that, do you remember when Geraldo uncovered Willowbrook? And I'm like, oh dear. And I was like, yeah, I remember the tunnels very well because I was there. See, now that was a Fauci thing. That was
Mm-hmm.
Fauci vaccinating all those children. People have to understand those children didn't just. Some of them may have had autism, some of them may have been retarded, but most of them were fine. They had like ADHD. Give a kid medicine for ADHD. Just stop giving him sugar, make him run outside and play, and he'll go to sleep. Dear Lord. I don't understand people. How do
You
you
know,
think
we
they
really
vision
didn't
that
have
big win
autism
without
back in the
math?
day.
Stupid.
Did we have autism back in the day?
No,
You sure did not.
no, it's the vaccines. People, parents were right. All
Mhm.
the parents that were fighting in the 90s and early 2000s about the vaccines are
The
absolutely,
vaccines, yeah.
it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And what they like to do is make it familiar, make it okay,
Hmm.
like they do with transvestism.
Right.
Meanwhile, it's probably their fucking vaxes that fucked up those people too. Like I said, if you go and look up Willowbrook and look at those children, some adults rocking in their own feces, and it's like,
Mhm.
and when I went to school there, the abandoned buildings were still there. There were still some abandoned buildings. It was spooky at night. And there were still tunnels. There are still tunnels there. Every school I have been to, every school, St. Anselm's when I was a child, St. John Villa,
Have what?
PH, Fort Hamilton, CSI, all
What
five.
about
I went to a lot of schools.
what about them?
They all had tunnels.
We don't have tunnels in ours. I can guarantee you that. Ours
New
are only
York
one
is
story.
New York was
Probably
the place
were.
they started. You got to understand, New York is an island. The cities are islands, except for the
New York
Bronx.
has become a cesspit.
And they had ways to transport. We already started subway stations there. But these churches, some of the churches, they're older. I don't know how long the institution was up in Willowbrook before. I just know I was there like the first year it became a school. Second semester. I didn't start probably started the spring. But yeah, every single one. Even in my elementary school, we were able to go underneath to go to the church, which would make sense in like the 1600s, maybe in, you know, Europe. I just don't see why it's here. And let me think.
Mm.
If I had to guess, it was built in 1880s. That church, St. Anselm's, was the church. We were part. We were Orthodox and Catholic. That's why my whole religious studies are very open, because when you're told to make communion twice, two different ways, it's just kind of weird. And I don't want to go through that,
I
but
did Catholic and Lutheran, so I know. Yeah.
yeah, right. It was weird.
Same but different.
Well, the Eastern Orthodox follows the Pope, so it wasn't much different. Oh, this Pope is a. That's the last thing I'll say. This Pope is he's gone. I'm pretty sure he's gone too, because I've seen CGIs and they don't look fake. Not that
He's
I'm a
not.
Christian, but they don't look fake. He's gone. They caught his butler um as a pedophile.
Yeah, cause see, and it goes around Facebook too, or social media or whatever. So I've seen it on other posts too, and Instagram and whatnot. But when you give mercy to the guilty, you're convicting the innocent.
Say that again.
I think you're convicting the innocent when you're giving mercy to the guilty. See, because when you give mercy to the guilty person, you hurt the one who was the victim.
That's what I wanted you to say. That was the last thing about The bill that just passed.
Oh, that's what that one carrying. Yeah, they want to. They just introduced it. I think I don't know if it passed or not, but they want to drop charges for murders and homicides and robberies and possessions and everything. You know, all these bad crimes. They want to drop the amount of time you spend in prison. I just say no. If you kill somebody, you need to stay your ass in jail. Because once you do it once, it's easier to do it the second time. And it just keeps getting easier and easier and easier.
Yes.
Pretty soon, you don't even know what you're doing anymore. You're just killing people because you don't care. Look at like that guy, Jeffrey Dahmer. He killed them and then started eating them.
Hmm. All right. I gotta stop. I don't know why I'm listening to so much music lately.
Because it's good. Music is good for you. I listen to
You
video
know,
clips. I've been sending them in the room.
yeah, I know. I listened to most of it, but I have to go back to New Jersey and say goodbye. That's been on my mind. Well,
Oh, to the house and everybody around.
right. There's no reason for me to go there anymore.
Right.
Well, there is. My parents and my grandparents are both buried, but there's nobody that lives there. I don't think they considered that when but it wasn't their fault. It was my grandparents that bought them a plot for their anniversary. Happy anniversary! Here's your deathbed.
Yeah, but you know what? That's careful planning, though. That's what that says to me. That's careful planning,
Well, you know what?
and not leaving
I
the burden for
guarantee
your
it was a
children, and not leaving the burden for your children.
I guarantee it was a fifth of the price as it is now, or
Yeah.
even less. So
My dad and my mom did that.
I guess it's a thing. I want to be an egg. They do this
Sure.
thing where they cremate you and they put you in an egg, and then they bury you by a tree,
Mm-hmm.
or a new tree or a sapling or whatever, and you help the tree to grow. So I'd like me and John to be eggs. Want to be an egg? We were back.
We're gonna be matching trees.
Well, we'd be buried at the same tree.
Hmm.
I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I really I don't understand. Okay, like in Greece, they bury their dead for 7 years so they can go pay homage, respect for like 7 years, and then after that they take them out. They take them out and probably cremate them. That makes more sense to me. Space people. I'm watching Newhart, and Newhart, which was in 82, 85, whatever it was around there. They're saying that there's 4 billion people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's double in my lifetime.
Yep.
That
And guess what? It's gonna triple in our children's lifetime if we're not fucking careful.
Well, the thing is,
And that's what they're trying to do. And that's what a lot of people don't really get about these fucking rich people. They think that they control the population. And so they think that they need to have wars to kill off population.
right, yes, they have wars for population control, and they
Mm-hmm.
have wars because they're making money from it.
Right. There's that too.
Right.
Yeah,
Wars
yeah.
always I mean, they used to teach that to me in high school, and now they don't mention shit like that.
No, they don't.
So what gives, you know? Like, but yeah, um, there was something else, darn it. Oh, I hate that. I got to start writing things down.
Hmm.
You're talking about wars. What were we saying before that, Joe?
We were talking about Tucker Carlson and Kamala Harris.
That was, no, just
Hmm.
right before. Damn it. I hate when I lose my train of thought. Oh, well. But I think I mentioned everything I wanted to. Mercedes. Um,
Hmm.
that's a big one, guys. $2,400. We'll try to get her half by
There's,
when we pay it off.
there's illegal aliens at the border waiting to run at our border.
Is that
They're
that's
gathering
what you
a
said?
group. Hmm.
No, oh, that's what I meant to say. Okay, there's no, this earth is huge. It's it's huge. It can hold mass amounts of people if we do
They all
things.
want to come here for the better life because they know that at least here they can come here and get a job and buy house, they can get a job that pays them money that they can go out and buy stuff for themselves to make themselves and their families happy. They can do that here, and everybody in the world knows that they can do that here. But in some of these other countries, you have no hope of doing that. Because why? Because the money we give them goes right into the politicians' pockets.
Yeah, it's not the same. They're paying these people to get to come
Yeah.
here.
Hmm. And now Joe Biden, no, not Joe Biden, Barack Obama, um, Bush, and Clinton all want to put in a consulate of sorts to accept all the illegals from all over the world into a Central America um, place, and it's a station where they'll be
Right,
accepted into the United States and then flown from there right into our country.
right. I remember you talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
they,
all through
wait, who
that's
was
what
it?
that
Bush?
proves to you that I was telling everybody the truth, that the Democrats and the Republicans were just different, the right and left wing of the same bird.
They're not.
They're
Why
not
in
different.
hell? They are not Republicans or Democrats.
They're evil. They just said they were. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
They
They
use
just
our
said they
politics against us. This is what I'm trying to
were.
say. There is
Yes,
no Democratic Party. We are a republic. There is no such things as parties. We
right.
vote for one man. That
Well,
is
that
what
a
is
lot
in
of
our
that comes
Constitution.
a lot of that two-party system comes from the corporations because the corporations need you to vote this way or that way. You see, and I don't understand why they need you to do that, but they do. And in some of these places, I've got stocks in some places where they send you they send you mail and they tell you, well, you need to vote this way. Don't vote that way. You vote this way. And I'm thinking, why are you telling me to vote for that guy when I if I what if I want to vote for the other guy? You see what I mean? That ain't right.
Lobbyists.
Yeah, that ain't right.
It's you know what? I really wanted to tell a story. I was, you know what, Joe? Can you message Jerry and tell him we're not practicing ASL? Because maybe that's what he's thinking. Because recording, it's me and you. Just tell him
Mhm.
we're talking politics, actually. When I was up in Albany, this is why people I was like 22 when I interned in Albany. I had already interned in the city. I had already seen shit. And when I went up to Albany, it was a different world. These people are out of their fucking minds. They're so high on whatever the fuck they're high on. I mean, I'm a New Yorker. I'm down to earth. I think I'm down to earth. I'm not high strung. These people were just crazy. And I saw it. I felt it. I learned a lot. There was one time, okay, they had the old fashioned elevators where there's a gate, and the guy was in there and he pulled down. I mean, real old fashioned, right? As an intern, I had to patsy around, go a lot of places. And a lot of times I had to go to the basement.
Right.
The basement was a little different than the rest of the place. It was still, there were still rooms like offices and places down there. There was still light from what I remember, so there was windows, but the architecture freaked me out. Okay, now I was an art. I was still an artist. I went to school for
Always
both
will be.
art and politics, and I have both degrees. But I'm looking, and like the first time I was sent down there, we were probably being shown the whole building, the Capitol building. The first time we went down there, and I see the architecture, they're children's faces in bronze, like bronze children's faces, smiling, and they're just like all above on the top. It's a relief. I don't know. I'm talking art. I'm trying not to talk art here. A relief is what, when it comes out like a gargoyle almost, but a relief is a statue that comes out of the wall. That's what they are. I don't know how to explain it. And there's all these children's faces. So I asked the woman, because I'm an artist, and she's like, oh, the architects that did the building did their children. That's what she was told. That's what she was told. No, never heard of that, never seen that. Ask yourselves why we do have gargoyles on New York buildings. To keep out demons, you have gargoyles to keep out demons.
Yeah, keep out the bad spirits. That's what gargoyles are for.
That's what we're
The
told.
uglier they are, that's what they're supposed to, they're supposed to be so ugly that they
Just like
scare the
13
demons
is
away.
an unlucky number, right?
Hmm.
Or 666. 666 is a lucky number in China. It's bullshit. The gargoyle story is not sitting well with me, no. And that the faces of those children, no. The architects are gonna take fucking time to do their own children and get paid for it from, no, something totally off about that. That and the fact that it was the basement, people. Remember, I said earlier that there are tunnels, and there are tunnels there. There's tunnels in the Capitol to the White House. That's why I always call it just one big lump of shit. And don't tell me. I know there had to be like, because I've been in Fort Orange over there. I was in the Egg over there. There are definitely tunnels all over that place. There's no doubt in my mind. They took kids. It's all about the children. All right. I'll say it again.
No, I believe it.
2018, 800,000 children missing yearly in America. 3 years later, 250,000. Trump did it. That's a huge difference. Trump did that. It was Nancy, huh? That was Nancy. All right, I'll end it. Maybe she
I
doesn't.
didn't know. Oh,
Yeah, maybe she wants to come on and say hello and didn't want to interrupt the middle of the live. But it's sorry,
that's
Nancy, we
all right.
weren't doing ASL. We were doing politics, which you probably would have enjoyed a little more. I should have. This was off the cuff because of Joe. It's all your fault, Joe. Gracio. Okay, Joe, we're gonna say goodbye.
Okay.
Unless there's something else you want to add.
I don't have anything else to add right away. I mean, we just was going to do those 3 things and we got a little carried away.
We always do. Politics. What else are you gonna do? Okay, guys, we love you. Take care.